Hi, everyone. Today I want to talk about why it's difficult to do books yourself if you don't have a background in accounting. I was recently visiting a dear friend of mine and talking to her husband, who's a small business owner, and he made the comment that he doesn't know why you would hire somebody to do your books as a business owner, that it seemed kind of stupid to do that. And I talked to a lot of people who think along the same lines, like it's just data entry. A lot of people make comments like, oh, I only have 50 transactions a month. It can't be that hard or take that much time to say, well, this was for office supplies and this was for contractors, this was for marketing, etc. And the answer is that's true. It doesn't take that long to categorize your transactions and tell them where to go. But that is not where the value lies in partnering with somebody on your books. Just entering the transactions is a small fraction of what you get when you work with somebody. We know everything going on behind the scenes and how to make sure it's all right. The reason it's hard to do your books yourselves is because it's not just categorizing transactions and learning the software and knowing which buttons to press. Behind your books, and the accounting behind your books is basically a giant math equation. And everything you do in your books affects multiple parts of that math equation, at least two parts of it. And if you don't understand where it's coming and going and how this thing affects this thing over here, it's really easy to mess things up pretty quickly. For example, the math equation actually encompasses two reports that tell you if your books are right. Most business owners only pay attention to their profit and loss, but the balance sheet is actually the report that we spend the most time reviewing and making sure everything is correct on there. We see a lot of balance sheets that are wrong. They have negative information on there. Their balances don't agree to their bank accounts or their loan statements. And that is an indication that something is off in your books and making decisions based on incorrect information. For example, things that we know how to do and troubleshoot related to your books and your balance sheet that most people who haven't studied accounting are things like reconciling and how to troubleshoot it when your reconciliation is off. How do you figure out accounts receivable and how to match all of your income coming in, how to record your income properly if you have merchant fees or other things taken out of that. If you start dealing with sales tax, how to do that properly, how to record your payroll so everything is in the right spot. That's a really complicated one. How to enter loan payments. And the list kind of keeps going on of the things that we know to check and look for and make sure that they're right so that everything else we know we can rely on the information. So hopefully this was helpful in shedding some light on what a bookkeeper does and the knowledge that they bring to the table. And it should make you feel better if you're doing your books yourself and kind of struggling with it, because it's likely that you haven't studied the accounting equation or accounting and know all of these things that I just talked about. If you're just, not sure where things are off, that's not because something is wrong with you. It's just because you don't have the specialized knowledge that somebody like us in our firm has. So hopefully that was helpful and shed some light on the value of working with a bookkeeping partner and why it's hard to do it yourself.